You're tuned in to Ask the Master Auto Technician. Car questions? Get answers right now. Call 850-763-0555.
James Auto Center, we fix it right, guaranteed. Beep, 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 yeah.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is James Morris, along with Anna Marie Morris, answering the phone call. So if you have a car question, you want to comment, be a part of the show, just want to sound off and give your 2 cents worth, just dial 850-763-0555. There's no dumb questions. There's no dumb remarks. We were respectful to all. We may agree, we may disagree, but we'll be respectful at the same time. But now, according to this county commission meeting, we'll be meeting today on the 20th of December for the second reading of the banning of the pot.
No. Medical marijuana.
Medical marijuana for 8 months.
Dispensaries. Okay,
Right.
and
Right.
that the voters of Bay County, if I'm not mistaken, overwhelmingly
72%.
approved this for the citizens of Bay County. And now we have local governments, little cities, and the county
Callaway,
looking to put a moratorium on this because I guess they don't understand
Well-
or they're afraid of it. And that's the feeling I get. It's like, well, you know what? The voters wanted this, but now we're going to figure out a way not to do it.
Well, the way I look at it right here, if someone has a debilitating disease and their doctor writes a prescription, they should be able to send the prescription to the pharmacy. The pharmacy should be able to get it filled in a reasonable
At
amount
a
of time.
dispensary, and we already have
Four of
four
them.
or five dispensaries in the state of Florida.
Correct.
The closest one would be Tallahassee.
Correct.
So
I really
this-
think the county does need to do nothing. I think
Exactly.
what they're doing is
they're going against the will of the voters is what they're doing.
they don't need to do anything, to be honest with you. People out there, all they need to do is the state laws out there saying what can and cannot be done. There's already things that are
I
set.
read the regulation. I read it,
Yep.
and there is no reason that the county or any of these little cities are doing this.
Yeah.
There's the only reason that they're doing it. I think it came out in the newspaper. They're afraid that they're going to become the
pot capital.
capital of whatever, of Bay County, of Panama, Florida. And come on, people, do you understand what it really means? The state has already certified dispensaries, period, end of discussion.
Well, here's
So
the-
all of the
yeah.
dispensaries are going to have to be regulated through the state. So
Absolutely.
for the Bay County government or Callaway or Panama City Beach or Springfield to try and put a moratorium on this, it's already passed, it's already set up, it's ridiculous.
Well, the hypocrisy is this right here. If Scripps or Eli Lilly or any of these pharmaceutical companies wanted to open up shop in Bay County, do you think the county commission would put a moratorium on it? No, they would beat their self silly trying to make room for them to get opened up here. That way they could produce more opiates, more Oxycontins, more things out there to kill people. Yes, kill people. People die from those things, from overdoses. And I have people, well, my kids might be able to get a hold of prescription marijuana. Well, what's going to happen if they do? They're going to sleep or raid the refrigerator. That's all that's going to happen to them. They're either going to get sleepy and sleep it off or raid the refrigerator with a bad case of munchies. The biggest thing, I don't see people dying from pot. But that's the hypocrisy of it. If Bay County becomes the pot capital of Bay County, what that means is there's a lot of money coming into Bay County and and it means businesses are growing. That's the way, and one of the things that we talk about wanting to encourage a small business, but at the same time discouraging growth, that's exactly what's going on.
There was a quote in the paper from the mayor of Springfield, and his concern was, well, that would mean that a retired pharmacist could open up a shop. It's like,
so?
Yeah. Doesn't that sound great? You might put 3 or 4 more people to work in his shop.
It's what's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. They think it's a dirty word to make a profit out there, people. They think it's a dirty word to get and I'm serious. They do.
James.
I know I should be so dramatic, but think about it, Anna Marie. Every time I turn around, they're trying to figure out ways to stop people from growing. Do you see that yourself?
I do, and I'm fed up with it. So I'm asking everyone to get off your butt, come down to the commission meeting at 9 o'clock today, and get involved in your city commission meetings. Now, some of those are during the day, and some of those are at night. But the bottom line is the politicians that we put in office, that we hired, will continue to do what they want to do as long as people don't get their voices heard.
And that's exactly, you're
and
doing a great job.
Every meeting has an opportunity for every citizen to come, give your name and address, and voice your point of view. So if you don't want your politicians to listen to you, then don't show up. If you do want your politicians to listen
Show
to
up.
you, then you're going to have to show up, because they won't answer your letters, they won't answer your emails, and they won't answer your Facebook messaging.
Facebook.
So the only way to get their attention is to show up.
Well, and that's a very good point. And that's one of the reasons we talk about this on the morning show, to let people know what's going on. The meeting's at 9 o'clock at the government building on 11th Street. It's going to be the second reading for it. They did the first reading last 2 weeks ago. Now they're going to do the second reading to make the ordinance go through. There is no reason to have this ordinance go through. The state law is enough to handle it. If someone does want to open up a dispensary, they're gonna have to go through the planning board. They're gonna have to do through all these hoops just to be able to open up a dispensary. We've got enough laws on the books right now. They don't need to be adding anything more to it. Let the system work out like it's supposed to. And if someone needs it, let them get it. It doesn't affect me, but I know people that have multiple sclerosis. I know people that that have Alzheimer's and dementia, and that have Parkinson's, that could benefit from this. But people say, well, let's give it 8 months. Some of these people don't have 8 months. Yeah, some of them only have a few. I mean, I know some people that have had to wait 8 months, they wouldn't be around at the end of 8 months. They could use this to benefit and increase their livelihood and to actually get better. People say, what, get better? I know people that were on hospice that were able to get better because they were able to get off the opiates, because they were able to do, using marijuana derivative, to be able to get their body regulated for the pain, and they got off the opiates, which allowed their body to heal themselves, and they got off hospice. So don't tell me it doesn't there's no medical advantage to it. The medical advantage is there. The people of Bay County know it's there, and what drives me crazy is we have people that are supposed to know what's best for us, it seems like, and I don't know what they're afraid of. The only thing I think they're afraid of is people may become successful, or maybe there's no money that can be made off of it.
I think people fear what they don't understand, so I believe this is just, don't take it wrong, but I think it's just a little bit of ignorance going on. I think they need to research the subject, because we're talking medicine here. We're not talking anything that's as outrageous as alcohol or gentlemen's clubs. No, we're talking about medicine. There is a huge difference.
Well, speaking of gentlemen's clubs or whatever, we have the same county commission that put together back in 1982 a morality ordinance, and we get people that are being arrested who are adults. You can see the same thing on the beach during the summertime, but yet someone, I think we're calling it now Nipplegate. I think that's the new name. And we're going to put people, we're going to fine them, we're going to shut their businesses down, we're going to do all these things right here. All it is a way to generate revenue. It's Christmas time. So the police department, I guess, the Bay County Sheriff's Department wants to generate revenue, and they will. There's $500 to $600 fine per violation, and you got 6 of them there. And they're probably going to be put on community service, or who knows, and there'll be monthly payments to be done. And I'm just like, it's just a way to make more money. I'm not trying to make an enemy of the sheriff, Anna Marie. I'm just saying that, but this is what happens. We do not need to have things, we don't need to have the morality police going around and telling us, oh, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that. This is a private club. You have to go in there by you wanting to go in there. They said they went in there because of complaints. It's a topless bar. Come on, people, use some common sense. Well, common sense ain't common around here. That's one of the things I've noticed over the years. That bill was from 1982. That's 34 years ago. Things have changed in 34 years out there. With the things that we saw back in 1984, well, we can't have that right now. Well, that's everyday occurrences. Maybe we've just become used to it, and it doesn't bother. We become desensitized to it. But the thing is, just because someone shows some flesh, out there, and it's not hurting anybody, and there's no victim, there's no crime. That's the libertarian viewpoint about that.
Well, what really surprises me is a mother can nurse their baby and be arrested for that in Bay County.
That is the other thing that drives me. Yes, you can be arrested for nursing your child. That's a violation of the morality ordinance out there.
So
like I said,
this
common
is
sense
where
ain't common.
people don't understand. Ordinances rarely fix problems.
Well, most of the time the ordinances that the government makes or puts out there is to repair ordinances or regulations that the government has already made. It seems like the government has to make ordinances to repair ordinances that they've already made. Guarantee you, if the county goes in and does a moratorium on there, they'll be trying to fix something that's not broken, and it'll make things even worse. That's usually what happens. Leave it alone. Let the free market work like it's supposed to. So please show up 9 o'clock, 11th Street, Government Building, and have your voices heard if you disagree. If you disagree with me and you think it should be that way, then show up too.
Absolutely.
Yes, give your 2 cents worth. But I think you'll be in the minority, not the majority, because most people in Bay County realize that they know someone that could benefit from it. I know a friend of mine came over here. He has multiple sclerosis. He
would benefit
oh my
from
Lord!
it. The bottom line is, we don't need our elected officials that we've hired. We've hired these people to take care of our business, and what they're doing is taking care of their business. And we need to stand up.
Usually when you follow the money, that's the biggest thing about any decision, and it's kind of like, where can the money be made? Who can make the money the most? Where is the profit being made? Anytime you start seeing something like that where someone says, well, we can't have this, we can't have that, who benefits by saying we can't have that? So always remember, follow the money on anything.
And here we are, we're fighting for the rights of the individual,
yes.
and this is the weakest of us. These are people that are very ill, have debilitating illnesses. They don't have the resources to fight this. So we, as people that do, are going to stand up and hopefully get our voices heard at least.
We're not asking anything of the county commission other than just bug off. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. Let the state ordinance take care of it. Let the legislators take care of this. Let them figure out what's going to go on.
Well, this should be treated as any other similar
Yes,
type of business.
absolutely.
This is not a special business.
No,
this
it's
is
not.
a business that provides medical care.
I guarantee you, if Scripps or Eli Lilly was trying to come down here and open up a pharmacy, they would bend over backwards to give them every tax break in the world to open up their shop. Just look what they did down in Jupiter, Florida, down there when I think it was Merrick.
Very true.
They bent over backwards to do that, and then they ended up dumping them. But the point I'm trying to say is this right here is just don't leave it alone. Don't get involved. Every time I turn around, they want to put more money where they don't need to put more money in it, or regulate where they don't need to do it. Just let the free market work like it's supposed to. Show up today at 9 o'clock, Government Building, 11th Street. I know I keep saying this, but if I don't keep telling people this, they won't listen. And I think if I say it enough times, people may understand the importance of this. Show up, 9 o'clock, 11th Street, Government Building. There's going to be the second reading of the ordinance on the moratorium.
And this won't be the only thing on the agenda. You will be surprised. Aren't they going to try and bond some more money to build the sports park out on the beach?
$50 million.
Okay, so there's something else that's of major importance to us as taxpayers. Here they are getting ready to borrow money against
proposed money. Tax money is going to be coming in, and for every $1 million that they borrow, they're going to be paying back $1.3 million, if I'm not mistaken.
How is this going to be good?
I don't know if it's going to be good or not. It doesn't sound very good to me.
Last time I checked, you could not borrow your way into prosperity.
Well, you can't spend your way into prosperity, that's for sure. But that's our government, and they're here to take care of us. Who's your daddy? Mike Thomas ain't my daddy, that's for sure. Hey, if you got a car question, comment, want to be a part of the show, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow morning. Give us a call at 850-763-0555 with a car question, comment, whatever is on your mind, whether it's local, state, or federal. That's what this show is about. It's a free information Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we'll be back tomorrow morning on Wednesday morning with Ask the Master Auto Technician with James and Anna Marie Morris. Bye-bye, everybody.
James Auto Center, we fix it right, guarantee.